Teen Wolf Gym. Coach Finstock's office. That's where the bleachers were folded out.
It's not going too well, is
The
it?
Dragons versus the Beavers. That Chuck shot from half court like it was going to make a difference. Wow. Wow. Inside the locker room, used in the movie. It's like frozen in time. Wow. It's awesome.
Hey, Scotty, come on in.
Great, because we got a problem.
Oh, yeah? What kind of problem? As you can see, I'm a very busy man here.
Yeah, well, it's kind of complicated.
Finstock's office. Made some changes over the years. Head down this sidewalk right here. Stop a couple of times along the way. It's 1510. Right there in the shot. Obviously there have been changes over the years. 35-year period does that. You see both of these doors in the background. It's just a really cool town. Again, they go all out for Halloween, and as Halloween approaches, you could imagine things start to amp up a bit. When he stops, he definitely goes into this storefront here. I think this has been a little reconfigured over the years, like that one there, because the stores inside connect. But when they stop short after walking down this sidewalk and having their their talk about life and the future. I believe there was a misconception about it being that storefront, because that was actually a real-life hardware store back in that time period, but they didn't use that store because they stop it. He definitely goes inside this building here, and I'll show you the inside now. But pretty interesting stuff. You see him when he passes by doing his urban surfing as the Teen Wolf drives down this block. You see these trees in the shot as well. He turns off of Fair Oaks. Styles, played by Jerry Levine, born to play that role. Didn't have a stellar career, but nonetheless a career. And yeah, it turns off Fair Oaks, and you see that building right there in the background, and they drive along here. Can out the window. Scene when the Teen Wolf van goes riding down the street. Yeah, cool stuff.
Give me a keg of beer.
And these. I don't even like beer. Never say die.
There's the spot where that house party took place early in the movie, where urban surfing came to an end. Right here. Styles makes his stylish roll down off, and then they exit and walk right in the house. After all that trouble to get themselves a keg of beer, it didn't really matter because there already were a fleet of kegs in the house. A lot of hard work for nothing, but it was a good time nonetheless. This movie also has a very underrated soundtrack. A lot of great 80s sounds. I enjoy it. Anyway, Teen Wolf, another location. Time for the next one. Now on Bushnell Avenue in South Pasadena. My favorite block in the whole town for so many reasons. During that urban surfing scene, Michael J. Fox, his stuntman, is riding on top of the Wolfmobile. You see these houses in the background, the tops. Recognize some of those shapes as well as that. The trees, it all lines up. And this house here is used as Biff Tannen's grandmother's house when he pulls down this driveway. But yeah, he comes out of here. There was a fence in front. Grandmother's yelling at him from inside. And you see Marty across the street wearing that inconspicuous outfit of his, tailing Biff the whole way. And he's trying to figure out when and how he could get that almanac back and restore order in the future from 1955 in his present. And right down the street here, he's walking along till he comes up on this house on the left here with that porch, that second floor porch, and he throws the kid's ball right up there, like classic Tannen. And this house happens to be a frat house from the movie Old School, where they had the Mitchell-Appalooza event in the backyard and Snoop Dogg sang. Very cool. The flyer was actually on what is now known as the Back to the Future tree, and it pans left, showing the house in the next shot. Right next door to that is another special house featured in two classic movies. One we just spoke about, another Teen Wolf. This was Marty's mother's childhood home in Back to the Future, and it was also Michael J. Fox's house in Teen Wolf. It made production very easy. Now, they were able to shoot Teen Wolf in less than 21 days. Right in a window, because his Family Ties co-star became pregnant. So they had a small window to work with. And again, it took 21 days to film. And here's where they have that conversation right here. Now Boof, that character and name was based on a real life girlfriend of one of the writers on the movie. It was Marty's mother's childhood bedroom right there, where George McFly is looking from that tree with his binoculars, peeping Tom and all. But getting back to Teen Wolf, that's awesome. Michael J. Fox actually hated the movie. He hated putting the makeup on and off, the hours it took to take it on and off, and he wasn't very proud of it. Now, they actually finished Teen Wolf before Back to the Future, but the studio realized, or had a good instinct, that Back to the Future was going to be a big time hit. So what they did was they held up the release date and let Back to the Future come out first, knowing that if it was going to be the big hit that they expected, anything Michael J. Fox related at that standpoint would produce much greater numbers at the box office. And I mean, in 1985, you're talking about, he was basically the biggest star in the world for that year. I mean, between Family Ties, Back to the Future, and Teen Wolf. Awesome. George McFly's house is right there, a few houses down. Someone's actually on the porch right now. Here's the tree again. Yeah, here's where the Mitchell-Appalooza flyer was nailed to the tree. It's awesome. Look at that there, George. I see. And here's the exact spot where he turned into the werewolf. Right here. Right on this spot. Between the top of the key and half court.
Ideas, and I'm like, oh, you know what? This works for us the way it is. We already spent enough hours here.
Right.
How many more hours am I going to spend to change my life? At 53, I don't want to change my life.
I hear you. This was Pamela Wells' house, which is right around the corner from Scott's house. Never see Boof's house in the movie.
Let me give you a little advice. There's 3 rules that I live by. Never get less than 12 hours sleep. Never play cards with a guy who's got the same first name as a city. And never go near a lady who's got a tattoo of a dagger on her body. Now you stick with that. Everything else is cream cheese. Great game there, Scotty.
Yeah. Urban surfing. This is also where they had the school dance, where at first Scott came in as the werewolf and he walked right up to Booth right here. You had the DJ set up there. Hit her with that, do you want to dance with a werewolf line, or do you want to dance with a wolf? Then they danced for a little bit, they left, they came back, and he was just Scott Howard. That's where the fight happened, right here. They left. That vice principal just waiting for something to happen. Weasel.
Inches from the edge, fingers clinging to the ledge again. I never thought I'd win. Win in the end. I'm gonna win in the end.
that wardrobe malfunction happened right there. And obviously the bleachers were out. Except for these right here. Awesome. This is